I'm Liam O'Loughlin, Dublin City Council GIS Coordinator. I want to give you an overview of our role in this particular project. I want to run through basically what GIS is, what the GIS unit is about, our engagement with the Dublin City Cultural Company, also where we are now and what our challenges are now currently. Right, the unit is made up of 3 people here, myself, Ciaran and Camilla Slivka. The unit itself has been in existence for over 30 years, so we bring quite a bit of, I suppose, history, and we know where the skeletons are. GIS itself has been described as a way of telling a story through a picture. A picture tells 1,000 words, but in fact it's a little bit more, I think, than that. It also gives you obviously good imagery and all that, but it also gives you good information. It's really the idea behind it all, and ultimately a good decision, hopefully. The GIS unit is responsible for corporate toolset, the corporate GIS toolset, desktop, intranet, mobile, and also the ETL, the extraction, transformation and loading software. And my colleague will talk about that quite soon. We're also responsible for a number of corporate data sets, the geodirectory, the on-post data set, address database, and the OSI mapping library, the area photography, and sometimes we are involved in the CSO data as well. And also this will come into play in this particular project as well. This particular model works well for return on investment. If I just go back to that particular slide there, that tool set is open to all the organisation, and we try and encourage and promote that at all times. Now, and our engagement with this project and the challenges that brought. Initially, we knew very quickly that we had all the tool set available to us for in-house activities, data capture, data cleansing, moving the data around, storing, and publishing also internally. What we did not have, what piece of jigsaw we did not have, was the public interface, and this is where we engage with outside agency, and Ciaran will talk about that, my colleague Ciaran will talk about that in a few minutes. So I'll jump ahead to now. The project's been delivered and it's been rolled out, and this is the challenge that we face now from the unit, the GIS unit, is to deliver this information to the different audiences in the organisation. And we see 2 main groups, the operational user and the strategic user. The operational user would be looking at this particular environment here, where we have over or under 1,000 different layers of information, now including cultural activities. And in particular, this information, alongside like with planning applications and other layers, it's live. It's been updated daily or weekly, and it's always a live picture of exactly what's going on in the organisation. It's quite useful for somebody going out to site to visit, well, what's near me, before they go out, run off a print or investigate at their desktop. Quite a useful tool there. There's searches for the address database in there as well. The second category is the strategic user, and to facilitate them, we've developed this in particular environment based on the feature analyzer. It's one element of the overall map enterprise application that we are supporting. In this particular scenario, we've linked the cultural activities in with the Dublin committee areas, Dublin administrative areas, also with the EDs, and from that we can also link in all the CSO information, which is literally what we're at the moment. Also, you'll notice there for some of the graphs, there's a timeline on it as well, which is a very useful tool, so you can see cause and effect where investment is put into a particular area and how it affects that area. You can go back in time, see how it was before the investment went in. So they're the two audiences we see, and that's our current challenge today. So thank you very much, and I'll hand you over to Ciaran.
Thanks, Liam. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ciaran Kirk. I'm the Operations Director with IMGS. IMGS have been working with Dublin City Council for the best part of 2 decades. So we provide the platform and the software that Liam has been discussing as the internal system, and we were happy to be supporting the development of such a great innovative solution as the Culture Map and the Culture Near You Map. Our solution was made up of 2 main components that we represent here in Ireland. One was data integration from Safe Software FME, and the second was the mapping and the workflow management from Hexagon Geospatial using Map Enterprise. So these 2 platforms meant that we could make sure this innovative project could be brought together. When the Culture Company came to us, what they said to us was they wanted more than just technology. They wanted an experience. They wanted to make sure the citizens of Dublin were able to access this critical information easy, and in any way that they wanted. They wanted to be able to provide culture near you, wherever you are. If you're a citizen of Dublin, that you're able to get this information. If you're a visitor to Dublin and you're outside and you had your mobile phone, that you're able to find the culture near you. So we want to do, when this project, go further than just providing the technology stack, but providing an experience, and also making sure that this valuable data was secure, governed, and brought into both the systems internally in Dublin City, but also made available to members of the public in an easy to consume way. And for a company like myself, and me and Liam have worked together for a long time, we started off when you were putting maps on PCs and big workstations. This project was about putting maps to people on their mobile phones, as well as being able to provide that information for analysis in Dublin City Council so that the Dublin City staff can make better decisions about cultural needs in Dublin. So to do this, the first thing we had to do was make sure we had the ability to integrate the data, to be able to bring the data from the base information that Annette and the team had generated during the survey, to get that information into the public website. But then to also provide a means to keep this system up to date and to verify when somebody submits a new cultural location that data is captured correctly. So we used FME from Safe Software. This product has been used by Dublin City Council for a number of years, but we were able to build on that and automate the approvals for bringing this information in. We were then also able to use Map Enterprise from Hexagon. Map Enterprise, again, is a product that, as Liam has mentioned, has been used in Dublin City Council for a number of years. And with Map Enterprise, not only were we able to put the front-end application in place so that people can use this on the mobile, but also put in place the back-office workflow. That was a critical part of this project, to ensure that once the project goes live, that the system could be kept up to date, that the system could be live, a living being that always is easy to maintain and easy to keep up to date. With Map Enterprise, we were able to build these workflows. We were able to automate the process to bring the information in, verify it, and create a moderator workflow and ensure only approved data is made available on the public website. So with the Map Enterprise, we were able to build these workflows. We were able to create the forms that allowed this data to be published. So as you can see in the video here that's running, the user can enter in this information, capture the data, and then fill in the form. And that information is then provided instantly back to the moderator in the Dublin Culture Company to review and approve the information. And that data is then saved in the database and published out. This meant that the load on the Dublin City staff is very minimal. It also meant that this data could then be used by Dublin City Council staff to make the decisions that Liam was talking about, to be able to view the data in the dashboards and the graphs and the charts. So we are delighted to be supporting this project and supporting an innovative solution that is making Dublin a nicer place to live, that makes Dublin a smart city, which is what we all want to be, that attracts people to come to the Dublin city and provides a culture near you experience. So in the forms here, you can see how it's easy for the person who's submitting their cultural entity to fill in the form. This form wasn't programmed by ourselves. It was created using the Map Enterprise product so that if any changes have to be made in the future, Dublin City staff can make those changes without getting us involved. It is all about simplifying this process and making it an easy process for everybody to use. I would like to today just thank Dublin City and the Dublin Culture Company for involving us in such an innovative project. It has been great to work on something like this that really is going to make a difference in Dublin, and we're very excited to be supporting that.